Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Screen Scene Guru, and today I'll be discussing some movie news, also some trailers recently dropped, so some fantastic stuff there. Starting off, we've got our Super Mario Galaxy trailer, just dropped. It dropped last Sunday, which was very fascinating. It was for a Nintendo special presentation with Illumination Studios, so that's really cool. Fascinating that they dropped over the weekend. Probably getting ready for everyone to see it, the following Monday, Tuesday. But yeah, really cool stuff. New visuals. We got our first full look at Yoshi. Let me pull up real quick. They have on IMDb. I'm not sure if they have the voice cast yet, but I do believe that Chris Pratt is going to be Mario still. Charlie Day is still playing Luigi. And Jack Black is still playing Bowser. And Anna Taylor-Joy is still Princess Peach. Look up Mario Galaxy, I guess. Super Mario Galaxy movie. Okay, there you go. Bringing it up on IMDb. They got a brand new poster for it, which looks awesome. It's Mario riding Yoshi, which is really cool. So he's going to be a big focus in this film. A lot of people were kind of saying the trailer looks a lot more like Mario Odyssey or Mario Party rather than Mario Galaxy. So some people are critiquing it. It's about a 2-minute, 4-second trailer. So a nice teaser, not quite a full-length 3-minute trailer yet. But this is our second promotional advertisement for it. So going into this, Mario ventures into space, exploring cosmic worlds, and taking on galaxy or galactic challenges far from a familiar mushroom kingdom. So, very interesting. It's got Matthew Frugal as the writer. And yeah, we got a new introduction to the cast. We got Benny Safdie, who's going to be voicing Bowser Jr., which is really cool. I really like the design of this trailer. The flame elements. You're able to see Mario and Luigi change into their flame costumes. At some point, it looks like they are swallowed by Big Bertha, the giant fish. And Luigi has to put on his frog suit to help them escape. So that's really cool. Yeah, it looks like the opening of the film starts out with the desert planet with the pyramids. So that's really cool. That was one of my favorite worlds in the games. So I'm really glad that this was brought to live action in the second movie. Doesn't look like we get to see much of, what is it? Not Bowser, but I'm trying to think of the monkey. Donkey Kong. Not much Donkey Kong in this particular movie. Probably due to him having his own solo film upcoming. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, Seth Rogen is still attached to Donkey Kong. They are going to make a expansion, if you will, to the parks, because I know Nintendo World has currently a Mario World that you can go and visit, which is pretty cool. They're apparently going to have a Donkey Kong World or exhibit. They're going to be opening up soon, getting ready for the Donkey Kong movie. So that's really fun. I talked about in my last video that Netflix acquired the distribution rights to Legend of Zelda from Sony after the theatrical run. So that could be very interesting. Looking forward to game IP. Real quick, I do want to mention some notes. Besides the trailers, this is kind of in the same vein of that. Trailer news. Paradise Season 2 is coming. I thought that was one of the best shows in 2025 as far as, catastrophic destruction and bunkers go. They try to be like Fallout. I do see why they try to be like Fallout, but it's not quite the lore. It's more of a realistic take on what would happen if bombs dropped across the world and some individuals were able to get to these bunkers. So I highly recommend people check out the first season of Fallout, both. Fallout is good. It's available on YouTube now. Prime released the full season in anticipation of Season 2 dropping. But also watch Paradise, which is on Hulu. First season's out. Second season is about to start streaming on February 23rd. So really cool stuff there. We heard that Sydney Sweeney and Noah Centineo are going to star in a live-action Gungam film. This is coming out from Netflix, so looking forward to that as well. Not exactly sure what the release date is on that. I mean, it looks like it's going to start filming sometime this year, and then potentially be out by 2027. Also, there's looming threats of a government shutdown due to ICE DHS funding being stopped amid Americans being unalived in Minnesota and across the states. You know, this harsh treatment of our own citizens to these DHS people that are trying to, you know, round up people for their quotas. It's not very good going on across the country. A lot of people are protesting. They're actually planning on doing a strike on the 30th, January 30th. A lot of stores across Minnesota and other states are protesting ICE, DHS harsh treatment, and so they're closing, they're striking. So that's happening. Ray Fiennes claims on the red carpet of 28 years later at the Bone Temple, which I have a review of. If you guys have been watching my channel, there's a review on there. Ray Fiennes drops to the world a scoop, and maybe he didn't even realize it. Apparently, he was asked on the red carpet who should fill his shoes when it comes to the HBO Max series of Harry Potter. We do know that Ray Fiennes, of course, played the infamous villain Voldemort for at least 3 of the films. And he actually said on the red carpet, "As far as I'm aware, the role has already been filled. Cillian Murphy is a great pick." So that really was shocking to hear, because they didn't have any screen time in 28 Years Later, but they did have fantastic roles that they both killed their scenes. So it's really cool and interesting to hear that perhaps we're going to get Cillian Murphy as Voldemort in the HBO Max series. This hasn't been confirmed yet by either the trades or the actors, but it sounds like Ray Fiennes may have brought us a scoop himself. CinemaCon is getting ready in April, guys. Have you got your tickets yet? I haven't gone ever, but I always love reporting on it. I think it's really fun. Lionsgate apparently will not be there this year. Usually 1 or 2 studios take their liberties and aren't attending. Sometimes it's Disney, sometimes it's Sony, or others. This time it's a smaller studio, Lionsgate. But I'm sure it would have been nice to see what they had to offer, because last year they came out with The Long Walk, which I still haven't watched yet. I got it on physical media, but haven't seen it. And a couple other great hits. They remastered Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. That was from Lionsgate. Some very interesting stuff there. Let's see. Talked about CinemaCon getting ready. It starts April 13th, so there's still some time to get the tickets. They host it in Caesar's Palace, very expensive venue, but they do offer lunches, dinners, very intriguing seminars about presentations about technology, new seats and things being introduced to the theater chains. So yeah, it starts off with Monday night, April 13th, with Sony Studios, and they've already had a really great start to the year, I would say, with 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and Anaconda being released from Columbia Pictures. Very fantastic films. I'm going to be doing my Anaconda review very soon. It looks like there's a rumor that Avengers Secret Wars, which I wore this shirt, has like pretty much everybody in it, is going to be broken up into 2 films. Now this is a theory that Robert Meyer Burnett had. If you following him on the Burnett Work YouTube channel, you guys should subscribe. Very intelligent person, talking about potentially Doomsday or Secret Wars being broken up to 2 films. This was almost 6 months ago he was theorizing this. And now it seems like Marvel Studios has confirmed that Secret Wars is in fact going to be broken into 2 parts. So what do you guys think about that? Is it fascinating? Are you guys excited to see what they could do with the story? I mean, it's a very large comic book to go over. I mean, Marvel typically tries to adapt comic book stories to the non-comic book reading audience, so it's very interesting there. So, moving on from there, we've got S.S. Rajamul's next installment. This is the director of Triple R. If you guys were into those Indian pictures, Triple R was a fantastic story of like multiple lives. They also did Bahubali, which was a really good 3-hour motion epic, Bahubali. Now they've got another one coming out called Varanasi, which is going to be in theaters on April 7th, 2027. So really interesting. This is shot for IMAX, so it's going to be another great hit. I believe they use Shaka Khan, or one of the infamous Indian actors that has been in the first 2, Triple R and then Bahubali, the legend of, or the epic, I believe it's the epic of Bahubali. 3 core demands that the Democrats are calling for to fund the federal government. This is after, of course, the shooting of Alex Peretti and Renee Good. Hey, kitty. She's wanting some pets right now. Come on down. So number 1, they want to end rounding patrols, tightening rules on warrants for arrest, which that sounds like a very good idea. Number 2, enforcement accountability with uniform code of conduct, which they have yet to show. And number 3 is require agents to remove masks, carry ID, and wear body cameras, which all sounds like reasonable things to have, right? Very interesting. Some Republicans are calling on the Democrats and saying that these are nice things you want a gun for, nice things you want to try to change, but they don't address the true problem, which is DHS in these states when the states don't want them there, such as Minnesota and others. This operation that they're doing, the Blitz or the crackdowns, they're saying it needs to be successful in order for them to move to the other states and continue their work. So that's not very good to hear. After getting Paul something rather, I think Homan's down there in Minnesota, saying that they're going to continue the work the president has set for them. So, you know, some Democrats would have liked to hear some other things from them, like they're pulling out. But unfortunately, it seems like they're continuing to do their operations and just trying not to clash with the civilians as much. So James Gunn came out on Threads to defend Christina Hudson, who was the writer on The Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, which that was kind of a film all over the place, if you ask me. And of course, The Flash. She wrote The Flash. Not saying that she's not a good writer. I'm just saying that the people that adapt her writing maybe could have used a lesson in adaptation, maybe, or something. But it has confirmed over the last couple of days, the weekend, that Christina Hudson will be writing Batman the Brave and the Bold. Now, James Gunn has said numerous times there's no information on Batman Brave and the Bold. It's not finished yet. We're still waiting on Batman Part 2 to be done with Pattinson first. So that's going on. I am interested to see if who will direct this film, because rumor is that Andy Muschietti, who directed The Flash, he did Welcome to Derry, which was very good for HBO. Maybe he will still direct, or maybe they might sideline him. Maybe they'll get the guy that is the partner to James Gunn. I'm trying to think of his name. He did the Shazam movies. He produced Shazam. Maybe they might bring him on to produce, or potentially they'll bring in James Gunn to direct Batman the Brave and the Bold. Not exactly sure, but that would be cool if they did something like that. Next up, we've got odessaazion leaves A24's project after apparently the fans of hers said that the role of the character is supposed to be Hispanic Jewish, and she is not Hispanic, so she left the role citing the fans told her that, you know, she's basically not the right girl for it. They need to let a Latina actress be as the star. After that, we've got, let's see, Darren Aronofsky. Apparently, Aronofsky debuted a 1776 animated AI short project on Time Studios. This is the Time magazine. Their YouTube page has the first 2 chapters available of 1776. And it's very interesting. It's a new take on history and what we can do with visual effects. So that's really cool. Jennifergrey is set to return for Dirty Dancing. So that's very interesting. We're going to see where Baby is. Is she still in the corner? We don't know. She's also going to play an EP, executive producer. They haven't found a director yet for this film, so it's interesting to hear they're running with this newsletter. But the fact is they're getting, you know, the writers, the people from the latest Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping, which is coming out in November, to write and produce this new Dirty Dancing. So maybe that might do well. You know, they're young, hot, and up-and-coming writer, producer team. Let me look up real quick. It's going to bug me if I don't look this up. It's like Safdie, isn't it? Peter Savran. Okay, so Peter Savran was the guy I was thinking of producing. Apparently he does a lot more work in DC than he's given credit for. He's produced the Superman movie with James Gunn. He produced, I think, Suicide Squad, which James Gunn said that was one of the biggest productions he did. So yeah, if Peter Savran wants to produce or do stuff with Batman Brave and the Bold, they could trust him to do it. Going on to our last little bit of movie news, Joe Carnahan, so the director of The Rip, which is on Netflix right now, is accused of domestic battery and assault, apparently. This is coming from a news outlet like TMZ and a few others. This came, story from 2023, so this is a few years back, but Joe Carnahan apparently got in a domestic abuse with his ex-girlfriend. She claims that, you know, he was physically abusive in their relationship. He claims that she stole a car that she borrowed and crashed it, and then she is countersuing him for luxury items. So there's a lot of drama going on in that side of things. So yeah, I mentioned they're countersuing. Goes back to a story real quick that I want to bring up. Okay, so this is also a story that broke just like in the last 24 hours. Marty Supreme, Safdie brothers controversy, and what happens when scandal strikes on Oscar campaign. So, going into this is written by, let me go over here to their page, Rebecca Ford. So shout out to Rebecca Ford. We've got, on January 22nd, Marty Supreme entered the nominations at the 2026 Oscars. 4 days later, Page 6 Hollywood published a blastering article questioning the past actions of Josh Safdie. The creative engine, behind Timothy Chalamet starring dark comedy. According to the report, a 17-year-old girl was cast to play a sex worker in Safdie's 2017 film Good Time, which was directed with his brother Benny Safdie. So both Benny and Josh were known to direct this film that never got made, because of course they casted an underage girl to be a sex worker. So very controversial stuff. Going on in the article, let's see. According to the report, Safdie's 2017 film Good Times, which was directed by his brother Benny, she was asked to film a scene opposite of non-professional actor who allegedly exposed himself to the minor while filming. So yeah, very bad stuff here. This guy also had a record. He was out of jail, fresh out of jail, and they let him star in a film with a minor. So not good stuff. Page 6 reports that Josh was made aware of the girl's age on the day of production. So, shortly after the scene was filmed, Benny reported didn't find out until years later in 2022. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. I mean, that's what they're trying to paint the story as. And because of increasingly upset about it, which culminated with him cutting ties with his brother, the article credits the scheme for why the Safdies then chose to separate movies. Josh directed Marty Supreme. Benny directed Dwayne The Rock Johnson's The Smashing Machine. And if you ask me, both those movies are not good. I haven't seen them, but just from the marketing I've seen from both of them, they don't look too hot. So going on, through the alleged incident happened years ago, on the other set of a different film, it still put Safdie under fire for reportedly sanctioning a toxic and unsafe work environment. So yeah, really bad light. And the troubled girl has cited that she has PTSD from the experience. So she's been traumatized, obviously. Let's see, Good Time. Either the Safdie brothers are known for aiding a level of unefficacy to their films by using street casting, as in tapping non-professional actors, but the Page 6 article points out that the practice can lead to uncomfortable situations, if not outright dangerous ones. Chapdelaine himself recently described shooting a scene in Marty Supreme in which the background actor, who claimed he'd been in jail for 30 years, got so riled up that he threatened the younger star. So yeah, very interesting. While some details about the Good Time incident were previously reported in 2023, the industry is taking a new report seriously. At the same time, some around town have wondered about the timing of Page 6 reports breaking so soon after the Oscar nominations, and after Josh Safdie was nominated for the Director Guild Award as well. It has some of the hallmarks of an Oscar smear campaign released into world specifically at a moment when Academy voters are just about to fill out their final ballots. Tactics such as this were common in the heyday of Harvey Weinstein, who was infamous for waging non-ethical war against his opponents in the awards race. But their use has become less common in recent years. So that's a decent part of the article. I don't want to go into the whole thing, but just basically breaking this fun Vanity Fair. This is Rebecca Ford who wrote this. So really cool for her to be doing her work. What do you guys think of all the movie news, all the stuff coming out? Have you guys seen the trailers coming out for Super Mario Galaxy and Paradise? There's other things too. There's a trailer for Obsession that's out now, which doesn't look very good, but it's a horror movie. Undertone, a couple others. There's that Making a Killing of It movie with Glenn Powell and Margaret Qualley. So I'm looking forward to that. Every time I see it marketing for that, Making a Killing of It looks better and better. So be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow my channel at Screen Guru, or you can go to my page on Facebook, Threads, TikTok, all over the place. I'm everywhere. be sure to support the channel, and thank you very much. Have a good one. Ciao.